So you've got an insignificant $1,000 and you want to invest it because you think you are big boy now and are tired of being a brokey. Good. Let me guess. You watched one video about the stock market, saw some guy standing in front of a rented Lamborghini, and now you think you're 3 trades away from quitting your job. That is adorable. You beautiful moron. Let me save you some time, You're not. And that's not an insult. It's the best news you'll hear all day. Here's the truth nobody selling you a course wants to admit. Your first $1,000 is not going to make you rich, jackass. It's tuition. You're not buying a ticket to a yacht. You're buying the single most valuable habit in personal finance, and right now, you're buying it cheap. So let's try not to screw it up immediately, dumbass. Now, your very first instinct, because your instincts are bad, is to do nothing at all. Like a just leave the $1,000 sitting safe in a savings account where it can't lose value. Smart, right? Wrong. Because of a little thing called inflation. Every year prices creep up, which means the buying power of that cash quietly shrinks. Your money sitting in a savings account isn't standing still, it's melting like an ice cube. Doing nothing isn't the safe option. Doing nothing is just losing in slow motion. So no, you don't get to sit this one out. That is why you're broke. Okay, brokey, here's the lame-ass boring word everybody throws around, and then I'll tell you why you should actually care. Compounding. You've heard it. You nodded along like you understood it. You didn't. Be honest. Here's what it actually means. Compounding is your money making money, and then that money making money too. It's a snowball. At the top of the hill, it looks pathetic. $1,000 earning what? $70 in a year? Wow, 70 whole dollars. Go treat yourself, big spender. But you're not measuring this over 1 year, are you, brokey? You let that snowball roll for 30 years untouched, and the boring little thing turns into something that genuinely changes your life. The catch, and there's always a catch, is that compounding needs 2 things you have to actually give it: money and time. And here's the part that should slap you awake, because you're already behind and dumb. You cannot buy more time, which means the single most powerful move available to you is starting now, while you're broke, while it's small, while it still feels pointless. Okay, before you invest a single dollar, 2 things have to happen, or none of the rest works. So pay attention, broke boy. Number 1, kill your high interest debt. If you've got a credit card sitting at 22% interest, and we know you do, broke ass, and you run off to play the stock market hoping to make 8 like a congratulations, you're sprinting up a down escalator, Paying off a 22% debt is a guaranteed 22% return. The market can't promise you that. Nothing can. So you pay that off first. This part isn't optional, Number 2, a small emergency buffer. A few $100 you do not touch, because the fastest way to wreck an investment is being forced to sell it at the worst possible moment because your car finally decided to die. Money you invest has to be money you can afford to forget about, not your rent. All right, brokey. Debt handled, buffer in place. Now, before you buy a single thing, you need somewhere to put it. And this is where I introduce you to the one genuinely good deal the government will ever offer you. A Roth IRA. Stay with me, I know big gourds scare you. This is the boring part, but it matters. A regular brokerage account is just a bucket you buy investments in, and when you sell for a profit, the government taxes it. A Roth IRA is a special bucket for special kids like you. You put in money you've already paid tax on, and then that's it. It grows for decades, and when you pull it out in retirement, you owe nothing. Zero. All those years of compounding, completely tax-free. The government almost never just hands you free money, so when it does, you take it, brokey. Yes, you'll have to fill out a form. Calm down, take out your crayons, put on your big boy pants, and handle it, brokey. And before you whine that $1,000 isn't even enough to bother with, it is. Especially for you, broke ass. There used to be a real problem here, where one share of a good company cost hundreds of dollars, so brokies like you got turned away at the door. That's over. Almost every brokerage now offers fractional shares, so all you are invited in the casino. It's exactly what it sounds like. Instead of buying one whole share, you buy a slice of one. $10 buys you $10 of the fund, period. So the oldest excuse in the book, I can't afford to start, is officially dead. And so is the lazy version where you do nothing. And if you're too lazy to even pick the fund yourself, you lazy ass, there are robo-advisors, apps that build the whole portfolio for you automatically for a small fee. You literally just have to not it up. Now here's where most people freeze because they think investing means picking stocks, staring at charts, betting on the next big company, taking financial advice from a guy who named his trading strategy after a dog. Stop it. You are not going to pick stocks. Picking individual stocks is a fantastic way for a like you to lose money with total confidence. The professionals who do this full-time with Bloomberg terminals and teams of analysts, most of them can't beat the market average over the long run. So what in the world makes you think you, the brokey watching a YouTube video, are going to outsmart them? You're not. So you're not going to try to beat the market. You're going to buy the market. That's an actual thing you can do. Yes, even like you, and it's called an index fund. Here's the dumb, simple version, since that's clearly the only one you'll follow. Instead of betting everything on one horse, you buy a tiny slice of every horse in the race. An S&P 500 index fund means you own a microscopic piece of the 500 biggest companies in America. Apple, Microsoft, all of them in a single purchase. When the American economy does well over time, you do well. You're not gambling on one company surviving. You're betting that capitalism broadly keeps doing its thing. And historically, that's been a depressingly safe bet. Even you can't this up. This is also where your discipline gets tested, and you have none. That's why your life sucks. The entire internet is going to scream at you to do the opposite. Your cousin won't shut up about some meme coin that's going to the moon. Some stock just doubled in a week and you missed it. Ignore all of it. That feeling, the fear of missing out, has separated more beginners from their money than any crash in history. And let's be honest, you'll FOMO in at the top and panic sell at the bottom, like a unless you follow the boring plan. Dumping your whole grand on one lottery ticket isn't investing, it's gambling with extra steps, and you are not the exception, brokey. Diversification, just owning a little bit of everything, is the closest thing to a free lunch finance has. It's boring on purpose. Boring is the entire point. You are not smart. Don't run with scissors. Just don't. Now, 2 more terms, and then I'll let you crawl back to your broke-ass life. Expense ratio. This is the fee a fund charges you every single year as a percentage of your money. It sounds adorable. It is not adorable. A fund charging 1% a year instead of, say, 0.03% will, over your insignificant lifetime, quietly skim tens of thousands of dollars out of your tiny account while you sit there not reading the fine print, like always. Because you are dumb. You always have been. Same 500 companies, same product. One version just robs you politely. So you pick a low-cost index fund. The boring ones from the big names charge almost nothing, and you keep your own damn money. Second term, dollar cost averaging. Fancy name, stupidly simple idea, so even you can get it. Instead of dumping your whole 1,000 in at once and praying you didn't buy at the worst possible time, you invest a fixed amount on a schedule, $100 a month, every month, no matter what the market is doing. When prices are high, your 100 buys a little less. When prices crash, that same 100 buys more. You're automatically buying the dip while everyone else panics and sells. It quietly takes the emotion, and let's be honest, your instincts out of the equation. And speaking of your instincts, let me kill the most expensive one you've got, the urge to wait for the perfect moment. You're going to want to sit on the sidelines with your cash, waiting to buy the exact bottom like a Here's a fun little fact that should ruin that plan for you. Some of the market's single biggest up days happen smack in the middle of the scariest crashes. Miss just a handful of those best days because you got scared and pulled your money out, and you can cut your long-term returns in half. Half. Time in the market beats timing the market. Nobody reliably calls the bottom. You, little specifically, with your one app and your gut feeling, are not going to be the first. Which brings me to the last rule, and it is the hardest one for someone like you, broke boy. Once you're in, you do nothing. Nothing. I'm serious. The market is going to drop, not might. It will. Some month it is going to fall off a cliff. Your $1,000 is briefly going to look like 800, and it is going to scare the shit out of you because you are a baby. Every cell in your body and those sweaty little broke boy hands hovering over the sell button will be screaming at you to bail before it gets worse. That exact moment is the line between the people who build wealth and the brokies like you. Selling when it's down turns a temporary number on a screen into a permanent loss in your broke-ass real life. So don't be a little bitch about it. The winners are the ones boring enough to do absolutely nothing and keep buying right on schedule. So let me put the whole plan in words even your little brain can follow. Pay off your nasty debt. Keep a little cash for emergencies. Open a Roth IRA, which takes about as long as doom-scrolling OnlyFans chicks in TikTok, something you're clearly an expert at. Inside it, buy one low-cost, broad index fund. Automate $100 a month into it, and then go touch grass. Live your life. Let the snowball roll downhill without you standing on top of it, poking at it like an idiot. Your first $1,000 is not going to make you rich, but the person you become by learning to manage it like an adult instead of a gambling broke that's the one who gets rich later. So stop watching videos about meme coins and Insta thoughts. You have the whole plan now. And go put some work, broke boy. Make us proud.